Welcome back, guys. My name's Luthais, and this is the part 7 of the One Life survival experience. And yes, as you guys will notice, I'm moving like a chicken without a head, but I'm not talking like a chicken without a head. So yeah, I'm doing the commentary where I'm talking over my own footage. I've thought about it a bit, and since I want to bring you guys newer info, more advanced tips in the series, and just let us experience different things instead of just dying repeatedly and doing the same steps over and over again. Sound is a very, very big part of Scum, or any survival game for that matter. So I want to make sure that I can hear everything clearly, okay, whether it's a player or a puppet. And more than that, I want to make sure that I'm immersed in the experience. And normally when I delve deep into the experience, then I just do better overall, because I'm living myself into that experience. But it's very difficult to live yourself into an experience if you're talking all the time. I hope you guys understand that. But I mean, you guys didn't mind in the past, when I was talking over the footage. So I'm just letting you know from now on, I'm going to give you guys highlights from the session, and then if I'm in a relaxed environment, maybe I'll switch to live commentary sometimes. But for now, I didn't really punish my character with 10 trees, because that would have meant that I needed to craft multiple axes. Okay, I'm at 35 health here, but I'm still sticking to my guns. Just to get past this, what I would call fear element. Okay, giving the puppets respect is good. Giving them healthy respect is good, but figuring out what I'm doing wrong. Like a lot of people, when they look at the world, at religion, they blame God, or they blame the people around them, or they blame everything else except themselves. Okay, so I like to think internally. So the first thing that I did is, because I died so many times at close range, I switched to advanced melee again. Archery doesn't take that long to level up, but the only time I'm uncomfortable is in close quarters. Okay, or that is basically when we're dying most of the time, is at close quarters, because I'm quite good with the bow. And when I look at the speed at which I'm gaining with the bow, yes, it makes a huge difference, but only like when you get to a ballistic bow. Like you need basic archery to use a compound bow if you've just got 3 strength. And then you need like a medium, for an 80-pound bow. Then you need advanced for like a 100-pound bow. But we'll get there over time. But for now, one of the missions are still that we need to get 10 skills to advanced. Okay, so not taking advanced melee, it's just not a good idea for me overall, guys, because it's not a skill that I'm going to level up myself. And like, I'm not going to get melee to advanced if I start with no skill. You can forget about that. But I will be able to get archery to advanced if I focus on that. Okay, and of course the bow is very important on the One Life due to the loot. But yeah, that's the only thing. So the only 2 things that I changed with my build was I took advanced melee weapons, and it's helping me a heck of a lot. I can see the difference. I feel a lot more comfortable in close range matchups, and I can see that my character is using a ton less stamina when he's fighting, which is very, very positive for me. Like, you can stay in a fight for very long. With advanced melee, if you're just jogging, if you're not sprinting, you're just jogging around the puppet, you can, it's going to take very long for you to run out of stamina if you control your shots, okay? And then on the constitution, I just took basic running and basic endurance, okay? I know I said in my build all the points into running so that you run as fast as possible, but I mean, the 5 dexterity helps you a heck of a lot more than the difference between basic and that little bit of extra. The difference between basic running and that little bit of extra we gave it, there isn't a major difference to your running speed there. So I'd rather take basic running and basic endurance, because the endurance definitely does help. Okay, it helps you to process your water or burn through your water and food a bit slower, and then it just helps to recover your endurance a little bit faster. And this is the first town that I came into, guys, and I'm already at basic archery, okay, which can just give you an idea. I got to basic archery, I don't know, in an hour or 2 hours, okay? I mean, this was literally the first town that I got to. So you can get to medium in 10 sessions like this, and then you can get to advanced in 100 sessions like this. And, hopefully on the One Life, I am going to have more than 100 sessions with the bow. And when I was playing, because I was focused, I first wanted to break through my fear. Because one thing that I've seen a lot is and I've seen it, 300 people joined the first One Life and then only 10 of them returned. A lot of people join the One Life and then, go F that in my Discord. And that is not me, but you can form bad habits, and when you're dying constantly, it's definitely because of bad habits. So I'm putting myself under pressure now to get past that bad habit of dying all the time. I'm proving to myself mentally that I can do this. And even just with basic archery, guys, I am proving to myself that I've got things under control, okay? Doubting yourself in any game is a setback, okay? So you have to push through whatever is happening at the moment. Like I compare, not all games, but a survival game. A survival game I compare to life, because you do get days where you just don't want to do anything, or you've got days where everything just goes against you. And it's very easy to feel like, life is just not giving you a break. But it's the way anything affects you is dependent on you, like I've told you guys before. So I am breaking that mentally in this session. I'm pushing myself through it mentally and going, there's nothing that you can't do, okay? There's nothing that you can't learn, and try and enjoy yourself as much as possible. And walking up this mountain, you're going to see the sight now is exactly why I love survival games. It's when you get out of that rut that you're in, doing the same thing all the time, and just relaxing and exploring the map and just breathing everything in. And I must say, I like the ragdoll effects. I didn't tell you guys, but when I killed the puppets at the castle with the bow, I wake them up and then they stand up and I shoot them through that hole. A lot of the times the top puppet just fell down into the hole. The way the puppets fell through those holes and the funny things that happened, which are, I didn't capture it, but that just entertained me. The way they fell through that hole and the way their bodies get into certain situations. But times like this, when you get up high, like in real life, if you go camping, this feels good. You don't have to kill anyone, okay? You just relax in the moment. And it's moments like this that makes Scum special to me. And then there's funny moments like this. Now, these dead animals are a new thing, and I know the one life loot percentages aren't great, but goodness gracious, guys, what's the chances that I'm not going to get meat out of a frozen, out of a frozen animal? Like, if there's a hole in him, like the wolves have eaten him empty, like, either give me a carcass that the wolves and the bears have finished, or if you give me a carcass like this, there must be like 100% chance that I can get meat out of it some way. So if I'm missing something, like if you guys say, Luthais, if you've got a certain weapon you can always get meat out of it, that will be a cool feature that I'm not aware of. But clearly it looks like a search mechanic. Like you don't come across them often, but it's clearly a mechanic that sometimes you'll find meat on them and sometimes you won't find meat on them, okay? But I mean, I was making a fire. I definitely thought I would get meat out of it, wanted to put myself in an immersive feeling. And then I did go look for that wolf. I couldn't find the wolf, and then I told the entire chat to, log out or go to their base at night. And then I just thought to myself, while I was sitting here, I just thought to myself, no, you're not done. You're not done. Mentally, you're not done. Okay? I ran here for a reason, guys. I was aiming for the C2 bunker. And then the person that, like I told everyone to log out, and then the one person said, I think it was Atomic, he said, not if I'm in a bunker. And while I was sitting there by the fire, I thought to myself, you know what, he's right. The nighttime doesn't really have such a major effect on you when you're inside a bunker. It's a bit dangerous outside the bunker. Any puppet, any situation of wildlife is dangerous at night. But if I can get into the bunker, then I can keep pushing myself mentally and spiritually. Like, I think I've put more focus on my spirit than I do on my mind, because I believe that I'm in control of my physical body and my physical mind. But in any case, yeah, I'm not here to preach. Okay, I'm here just to show you guys. And one comment that I want from you guys is, I did set my contrast back to normal so that it's not as dark in dark places, so that you guys can still see something. Definitely helps me a bit. But as you can see here, we can at least see what I'm looting. Okay, when I put my contrast on 60%, although it's a lot more immersive for me, it's not that great because you guys can't really see what I'm doing. But I still want you to experience what I'm experiencing. Okay, so if you guys want me to increase the gamma to make it brighter when I render the video, always, like Luthais, always make it brighter for us, I'll do that. But if you guys want it like this, where you are experiencing exactly what I'm experiencing, let me know. Okay, so if you don't say anything, I'll just take it that you like this. But if you want me to increase the brightness when I render the video every single time, just put in the comments, brighten it up. Okay, make it brighter, whatever you want to say. But in any case, yeah, we came into the most dangerous bunker, at least one of the most dangerous bunkers in Scum. And I specifically came in here because people did say that here the puppets tend to teleport through walls a lot more. And I wasn't sure if it would happen to me, but I definitely wanted to see if I can do anything about it. Okay, so again, the game is not going to decide whether I'm enjoying myself or not. And the bugs are definitely also not going to decide whether I enjoy myself or not. I'm just thinking, what can I do about this problem that puppets are sometimes glitching through things? And guys, the sound of all the puppets, if I make the, like, I'm not going to do it, but if I make the puppet spawns in bunkers normal, like official servers, you don't get this feeling of all the puppets going crazy when you enter a bunker. You don't feel that pressure, and this, the audio pressure is something that's really cool to me. Because there are so many puppets in the bunkers, I don't have great headphones, so I don't always know where they're coming from. But it definitely adds to the experience. Like if they were, if like my interior multiplier is at 3, and you all know all my servers, the spawn percentage is on 100%. Okay, but yeah, if I didn't have all these noises, it would definitely take something away from the bunker experience. It would definitely make me feel too safe. So what I'm doing here is I'm just looting everything. I'm taking it very, very slow. I don't know if you guys can see, but I've only got 3 arrows in my quiver now. Because these floors with the grids on, okay, with the, like right here in front of us, underneath me now. If you search a puppet that has arrows in him, it looks like the arrows are just falling through that grid, okay? So that's how I lost about 8 arrows. So I am navigating this bunker with only 3 arrows, but I still feel confident about the club with the nails on. And one thing I could take away from this experience is, on One Life you need to take everything slow. Like, the more danger there is, the slower you play. And the easier, the safer you are, the faster you can play. At the end, I definitely started jogging just to speed things up a bit. But up until that point, I was like walking, which is very slow, but I was like walking everywhere. So I took the MRE. As soon as I heard a suicide puppet, I just didn't move anymore. Okay? And the reason why not moving makes a huge difference is it breaks the puppet's aggro. If they don't have sight on you, then they can only detect you by sound. Okay? So as soon as you feel the puppets are overwhelming you, or it's like, something bad is going to happen, or you hear like a suicide puppet, just sit still. The only way that suicide puppet can glitch through a wall, like, he has to know where you are. The puppet has to be coming after you for him to glitch through anything, okay? But as soon as you don't move and you're silent, they de-aggro, like they lose you, they forget that they heard you, they just go back to their normal roaming. And you'll hear it, like when they're aggroing, like, rah, rah, rah. And then as soon as you're quiet for a while, like the sound that you're hearing now, they've heard me. But as soon as you're quiet, they go back into a very relaxed state. And if you focus on that, if you try and get them to a relaxed state as often as possible, you won't be overwhelmed. Now, the one way that I feel I've been overwhelmed in bunkers a lot is just running through the bunker. Okay? First of all, panicking, like I would probably panic here, but I'm trying to stay calm. I'm already thinking what I'm going to do if they all come at me at once. I know I've only got 3 arrows, but when you run through a bunker, the sound that you're making, especially if you don't have any stealth, we've got medium stealth. But that doesn't matter. When we search items, okay, the puppets are still going to hear us. And I'll test things. I'll test various things. I always test things in Scum, but one thing I want to test is like, is there any way to make less sound when you're looting something? Okay, like upping your stealth is of course good, but the literal act of searching boxes and stuff, is there a way to make that softer? But these thoughts I'll process in time. But yes, when you run through a bunker, or when you, like I think most of you guys might run or jog, most of you will probably come in here with full gear, so there's a lot of weight on you that makes you, and that means you're making a lot more sound, okay? And then what tends to happen is that you're attracting too much. Like if you just run through one corridor where you feel safe, from the point where you started running, you attracted all the puppets there. Like halfway on your route, you're attracting everything in that sound radius in that long line that you ran in, okay? And then all of a sudden you get overwhelmed because all those puppets detected you. They are still hearing you, so you're not giving them time to forget about you, and they're all trying to move into the direction where they heard you. So if you aren't changing your location constantly and tricking them, like they can only go to where they last heard you. It's like if you throw a rock, it's not as if they see the rock. They just heard it. Like even if you throw a rock behind a puppet, they heard it and they go to that sound source that they last heard. Okay? That's the easiest way for me to explain it to you. When you make a noise, they are going to where they heard the noise, okay? But if you move away from where you made the noise, okay, you could be safe, but then you need to move, like you need to sprint and then go, okay, no, this is where they heard the noise, and then you need to like walk or crawl, or crouch walk away from that position. Like normally outside, if I shoot, then I just run away because I know I don't care about, like there's probably no puppets very close to me, but when I shoot, I know that sound is traveling so wide around me that it's going to attract every puppet, okay, in quite a wide area around me. So then I just sprint away from the spot where I shot the gun so that I know, okay, I'm out of their route. Because if they hear that gunshot, all of them are going to the specific point where I fired the gun. And then I can just remove myself from that location. So try and focus on that when you guys are doing the one life as well. Remember about the sound. Remember it doesn't take very long to break their aggro on you. But be aware of your patience, of staying calm, thinking under pressure. When you pull out your bow and the bow doesn't load an arrow, don't get frustrated. Remember to press R. Okay, every time you press the left mouse button, sometimes you don't load anything. So get used to pressing the R. It's something new that you have to learn for now, but do it so that you can form habits that adapt to the current bugs, okay? And so that you don't get flustered, because as soon as you get flustered, then it's very easy to blame the game for what went wrong. But most of the time, if you take responsibility for everything, then you will know that all outcomes depend on you. I must say, I can definitely see the colliders are a problem. Like, just the mere fact that they can go through the door like that, or, that you can see them through a wall like that. The fact that their body parts, I don't care if they, if they run through the wall. I'm like, the fact that any body part can go through the wall or the door is already a problem. So I don't know how the developers can fix that aspect, but that also breaks immersion. The fact that you can kill a puppet because it's glitching through a door. At the end of the video, I actually thought about doing it, and it just breaks, it breaks immersion. And then I think that like it's not a specific bug. At some point, the puppet gets it right to get his central, the core of the asset. The puppet gets it right to move through that obstacle far enough to get through it. Okay? Like, he just puts his body into the right position to completely glitch through the thing that's blocking it. And at the end of the video, you guys will see that it's actually worse when they go into a relaxed mode, because the one puppet actually glitched right through the door as he was relaxing. But I can use that, so I can stop making a sound, hold my bow, let them relax, and then if they glitch through, I can use that to my advantage. If it's a suicide puppet, again, I don't want to get close to him. As soon as I hear that ticker, I stop making any sound, okay, and wait for him to explode. But when it comes to normal puppets, I can be ready for when they glitch through. Whether they glitch through or not, I can still be ready for it and not make a sound that they can maybe glitch through while they are relaxed. So again, here I'm just gonna stand still. I'm not gonna do anything else. So yes, guys, just leave a thumbs up if you appreciate the fact that I'm taking it a bit more serious, and if you don't mind the commentary over the footage. Okay, I know some of you like the live commentary, and like I say, when I do things in my base, like I'm not going to show you guys my base location, but if I'm in my base, and I know there's no way for you to know where I am, then I'll show you guys some things that I do in my base. Just give you a few ideas that you can do in your base. But yes, we took on 2 wolves. We went straight to a city. We took on the police station immediately. We went into the C2 bunker immediately. Only worst thing we can really do is like go for the military airfield, which I'm not gonna do because I know I'm gonna die down there. But I mean, the furthest I can push myself is like going into the military airfield bunker or going to the naval base underground. Although the naval base underground isn't that bad, but I feel the military, the military airfield is that underground. Snakes and ladders doesn't work for me. And again, these guys are very fast, but you will see as they were sprinting at me, my little brain said, "Run, Forrest, run, close the door." And then my spirit said, "No, stand your ground and stay calm." Okay, so we got into most of the armories. We didn't get too bad loot, but of course it was stupid coming here without a hiking backpack. It was just a mental challenge for me. But I did open the doors a lot when I felt puppets were outside the door. And normally just 1 or 2 puppets. Because I'm not making a lot of noise, it's usually just 1 or 2 puppets that I can handle. Like for instance here. Okay, so in a perfect world, I can still push the puppet away with that door. my stamina, guys. Look at my stamina. Control. I'm relaxing again. Like I just ran there because the puppet was on top of me. I didn't know what he was doing there. And now I'm just letting him come to me. Okay. And that's it. So I did open the doors like this, but I will show you guys now where clearing an area, if you're planning on doing something like this, is very, very important. Because if you don't clear all the immediate puppets that you see, then it's not only going to be the one or two, okay, that detected you with sound. It's going to be the two that detected you with sound and all the others that you knew were in your sound radius, but you ignored them, okay? That's when it becomes very dangerous. So I didn't, unfortunately, with the instant replay that I was using, looks like I pressed the instant replay too late. So I only captured where I was already almost dead, okay? I think I survived with like 5% HP because I opened the door, like I opened the armory's door, like I'm in the armory now. I opened the armory's door and then there were like 5 or 6 puppets outside the door. And then I tried to block them with my body to close the door. Okay, one of them still came through. I killed him with a melee weapon. But there I hit a bit of a panic mode. So I was very lucky there for not dying. Like as soon as I opened the door, I first tried to move forward so that they can't come in to body block them. And the armor, like the I don't know, the broken vest that I have on me, I feel definitely saved my life. We will see the damage because I healed the wound, so we will see what damage every hit did to me. But when you open a door, focus on the door. Like, be very close to the door when you open it. And right here, this is where it happened. So you can see there's 3 puppets down the hall. Okay? There's 3 puppets that I can see. I don't know, maybe there's 3 or 4 puppets in that corridor. I don't know. But I'm not shooting them. I am going in here, and I know when I start looting, I know that looting makes a lot of sound. And that's when I attracted all of them. Okay? And I survived with fire. I survived with 5 health. So I clearly know where I made the mistake here, and I'm very glad that I survived it. But yes, taking it slow in a bunker is very, very important. You know, like, yeah, I'm just pressing R. I'm not stressing out. I'm just pressing R. But listen to how crazy they're going now. Okay, there's a lot of puppets on the other side of the door. If one of them glitched through, I know it's not a suicide puppet. I make sure that I don't move when I hear a suicide puppet. But if one of them glitched through, I'm going to shoot him in the head. Okay? Or I'm going to fight him. Or he's going to kill me. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I've got low health now. But now I'm sitting down immediately. And like, because his face went through the door, I actually wanted to use the mechanic of killing them slowly but surely through the door. So although it's a glitch and we don't like the glitch, we don't like it when puppets teleports through a door or wall, we still use it against them. Okay? Think about that. We get angry when they go through a surface, but we use the fact that part of them can come through the surface against them constantly. So we're abusing it just like they are abusing it. Okay? So sometimes they just get payback on us. But like I said, I decided not to shoot. I'm going to sit down again and let them de-aggro. And then I'm just going to go to main menu and I'm going to wait the 60 seconds. I never force log out because I know my body's still going to be in the game for the next 60 seconds or so. Okay? Now watch as I want to log out. Listen to them. Now listen when they calm down. That didn't take long, guys. That didn't take long. I know I skipped a beat there, but that was like 30 seconds or 40 seconds. This is where I got scared. Look here, that whole puppet. Now that he's relaxed, you look there. He's like inside, and I was just like, bro, if he sees you now, you know, just let him hit you to death. It's fine. But look there, they're actually glitching through more now when they are relaxed. So you can actually use that, you know, stay quiet and then wait for them to glitch through and then kill them like that. But in any case, if you guys enjoyed it, click the like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to see the rest of this One Life adventure, click the sub button, boys. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'm going to take more risks, okay? We're going to make this exciting and hard at the same time. Cheers.